And welcome back to another installment of Asagao Academy. I'm your host, Sensei-pong, Normal, and Sensei-pong, Normal Boost Clone. Either way, I took a small little break, and that's why there was a little bit of a lull in the content. And yeah, no, there was just a bit much of editing and a lot of visual novel going on in my free time. So I was like, okay, I need to relax. I need to play something different. So I vegged out with Game Dev Tycoon and Gamers Go Makers and a little bit of Zork. Go look that up. It's fun. Okay, well, it's definitely not everybody's cup of tea, but Game Dev Tycoon I can easily recommend to almost anybody. Zork, not so much. I enjoy it, but, you know, I like text adventures. Anyways, so, let's start back up. Where were we? We've actually just chosen Satch as our date to the Flower Festival. Either way, let's carry on. Hey Hannah, you're finished early. Satch was waiting on the front step, a cherry blossom in his hands.
Hello.
Should I be saying that for you? It's rude to keep a lady waiting, isn't it? He laughed, but I could see it in his face change color slightly. Oh, that seemed more like something Jared would say than something Satch would say. He wouldn't have gone and asked Jared for help on this, would he? They were roommates. I got this for you. It reminded me of you, so... He held the flower out to me. Oh, thank you! She sounded like awfully way too surprised for the flower. Oh, he's blushing. Maybe I should put it in my hair. I reached up to the back of my head, but I couldn't quite feel where my bow was tied, so I couldn't figure it out where to put it in. Would you like me to help you? My heart skipped a beat.
Yeah.
Sure. He took the flower from my hands and I reached around my head, fixing the flower to my bow. I stared at the zipper on his jacket, trying not to think about how close our faces were, or how if I just looked up. There, it looks beautiful. Thank you. That was really sweet. Should we check out the bonfire first? Sure, let's go. Nah, we already seen it. I'm gonna say it again. Gee, that's pretty. A giant bonfire burned in a field, a short walk away from the festival. A foot, creeping out from under the logs. Not many people were there. Most people... That's morbid. Most people were keen to get food and drinks before meeting up again here, as a dance would be held in the final event of the night. Satch pulled his hoodie closer around himself despite the heat. It's really weird to see you out of uniform. I could say the same for you. But I really like it, so I won't. I smoothed the front of my yukata, face to flame. It's strange to see you in such casual clothes, though. What'd you think I would wear? To be honest, I had this image of you in a professor's suit, smoking a pipe.
What?
What? Oh, hello, you two. Miss Shizuka appeared from out of nowhere and stepped between us, slithering her arms around our necks. Her eyes darted from me to Satch and narrowed. Out having fun, are we? She was not in a good mood. No. Not really, not at all. Don't lie to me. She stumbled out from between us, almost walking into the fire. I reached out to grab her, but instead she whirled around, pointing right at us. Was she... drunk? You think your young love is so great? Well, it's not. It's... She yawned, then looked at us. What was I saying? It's nice out tonight. She flung out a hand and grasped my shoulder. I need to tell you something, but it's a secret. Don't tell anybody. She leaned into my ear. I can smell the alcohol on her breath. Definitely drunk. Yeah, you're my favorite students. She pulled away and looked deep into our eyes, my eyes. Thank you. Stop being in love. Look, fruit baskets. Never seen that anime. She wobbled away from us, heading straight for the stalls. She didn't look too good. Should we go after her? Now, it wouldn't hurt to keep an eye on her. We followed her to the festival stalls, where she entered the thickest part of the crowd. Miss Shizuka! We tried hard to politely push our way through, but the flow of the crowd was against us. Miss Shizuka's vanished from sight. Oh, no. Now what are we gonna do? Hey, look. Satch pulled me into the quiet part of the road and pointed at a small child. The kid was standing next to a tank of goldfish, imitating their movements. He's so cute. Satch nodded. After a few seconds, the kid began to look sad. Do you think we should... Satch? Satch wasn't next to me anymore. I glanced back at the kid, and there Satch was, kneeling next to him. He stood and held out 3 fingers out to the man behind the goldfish tank. The man gave Satch 3 paper-thin paddles, and Satch kneeled down beside the boy, coaching the kid through catching a goldfish. The first paddle broke almost immediately, as the boy thrust it into the water. The second time, he listened more closely to Satch, lured a fish into the paddle, and lifted, but the paddle broke. On the last paddle, the fish came more quickly. The boy lifted it out of the water with ease. The man behind the stall bagged the goldfish and handed it to the little boy. Satch made motions that suggested, "Don't shake the bag." I'm sure this speaks out to multiple people out there watching this, but this reminded me of being a kid and shaking things out of excitement. More specific, not saying I killed goldfish when I was a kid. I do that now. I don't do that. I didn't do that as a kid. That habit didn't start until I was about like 8. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so like Etch-a-Sketches. You draw something epic and you're like, oh my gosh, mommy, daddy, look, and you're running through the house, shaking the Etch-a-Sketch as you're running, and by the time you get there, it's gone. Not saying that if you shake the bag of goldfish, the goldfish will disperse into a million little particles. That's just gory. The boy hugged Satch around the middle and then was carefully off. Carefully off. Within seconds, he disappeared into the crowd. Sorry about that.
Satch.
That was really nice of you. What? Oh, I would have wanted the same thing. Plus, it'll be good for him to learn to take care of something. Kid knew a lot about fish. Maybe he'll grow up to be a marine biologist or something. You're really sweet.
Really?
Am I? I'll take your word for it. My turn. I dashed to the side of the tank. The old man running it laughed as I traded my money for the paper paddles. Guess I'll have to help you too. Aww. Why don't you go for that little guy? He's so cute. Are you sure you don't want to come home with me though?
Yeah.
Of course I'm sure. Anyone would be lucky to go home with you. I didn't mean it that way. That the way it came out. Anyways, I guess I'll have to. I dipped my paddle into the cool water, watching as bubbles formed around my skin. And then I'll just wait for him to swim over to me. Oh. And then I'll just wait for him to swim over to me. Ah. The fish came into my paddle, but then I lifted it up. It broke around him. Oh. No! You kept it underwater too long. That'll soften the paper and make it easier for it to break. Now how am I gonna get it out? Give it another shot. Your technique is fine as long as you can track the fish as well. All will be well. Attract the fish. I closed my eyes and harnessed my energy. Attracting the fish. I will take good care of him. I will feed him and love him and pet him and name him George and hide him from anything that would try to harm him. Fishy, 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 fishy. Please sense my love. I'm sending it to you. I dipped my hand in the water, sending out all the waves of goodwill I could muster. Now gently pull up. I did as Satchbag suggested, and felt a slight weight on the paper as I pulled. Suddenly I heard the sound of splashing.
Yay!
My fish! I hurriedly tipped the wand over to the bowl and sent the fish sliding in. The little black goldfish swam around the inside, cheerfully bumping against the sides. I did it! We did it. You did it. No, we did it. I resisted the urge to bounce up and down until I handed the bowl to the man at the booth, who gave Satch the stink eye. I'm guessing you won't be allowed another round. It's all good. What are you going to name him? You should name him. I wouldn't have been able to catch him without your help. ... Let's name him Oscar. That's a weird fish name for a fish.
What?
Why Oscar? I've always had a fondness for that name.
Yeah.
Oscar it is. The old man handed me a bag and a little pouch containing a small amount of fish food. I clutched both to my chest. I'll take good care of him. We can go to the pet store and find him a bowl. And... oh, I'll need to borrow a book about goldfish from the library. I didn't peg you for an animal lover. I turned to him, tears pricking my eyes.
Well...
I was never allowed to have a pet, but it was all I ever wanted.
What?
Whoa. Satch rubbed my arm, grinning at me. I'm glad I could help your dream come true.
Hey.
But now that we've got Oscar, we can take care of, we have to take care of ourselves, too. Come on. Let's go try that takoyaki. If you don't know what it is, go check it out, unless you really don't like fishy things. I don't know how to explain it. It's basically like a deep-fried ball, but it's not like... it doesn't taste anything like a hush puppy, but imagine a hush puppy with octopus in it and sauce on it. It's really good. As we approached the takoyaki line, we saw two familiar people. Hey, isn't that...
Sup?
Hey guys.
Hello.
Ah, sweet. Fancy meeting two of you at the takoyaki booth. It is the most delicious thing on the face of the planet, so... And they didn't like the melon bread. That's... I'm appalled. They're almost out of the batter, too, so we came just in time. Oh, no. Why don't you wait for us? Wallet smiled warmly at us, but Caddy paled.
Yeah.
That's really nice of you. We'd love to. So, how's the tournament prep going? I'm actually really happy with... Fine! Caddy stepped forward, darting a look at Wallet that made him shut up. We shouldn't be talking with them about this. Right. Smart. Caddy pulled Wallet toward him and whispered something into his ear. After a second, Wallet's eyes went wide.
What?
You what? Please be quiet. Arr. I guess that makes sense, but...
Well...
They're our friends. It wouldn't matter if we... Caddy furiously whispered in Wallet's ear again. Ooh, that's smart. That's super smart. Please don't blab about this. Killer. Me? My lips are completely sealed. When have I ever blabbed about something private? Aren't you the person who keeps tweeting out our game store codes? Point taken. So I think you'll both understand what I mean when I say that we should probably get going. Nothing personal, just tactics and all that. Yeah, tactics.
Okay. Alright.
Is that how you're gonna play it? That's fine, because we've got a secret weapon this year. Is it Hannah? We all know about Hannah. Oh. This is exactly why you've got to keep things under wraps. Anyway, we'll be seeing you guys again soon. Bye.
Bye.
Let's have burger sometime. Caddy pulled Wallet off into the night and ordered our takoyaki. Red bean paste is the best.
What?
What? Apple cinnamon all the way. It's like a portable apple pie. Hanging with Satch was nice. It was fun, it was easy, and it was, above all else, relaxing. He was warm, funny, and supremely kind-hearted. Sometimes it was difficult to follow what he was saying, especially when he got into more theoretical tangent. Layers of human identity. How is one to Oh, the timing, excuse me. Layers of human identity. How is one to dissect at which specific point in the trajectory of a single issue's overall scope the point of insemination? But he was always engaging, always passionate. I want to spend more and more time with him, but I should probably head back. I'm worried about Oscar. It's a little early, but I know I'm gonna miss the final dance. But I think the water temperature hasn't been stable, so I'm afraid... Satch nodded. You're right. Oscar's life is more important than the both of ours. We must make sacrifices for the ones we love, after all. Thank you so much for understanding. No problem. I'll walk you back. We were quiet as we headed through the campus. Satch was deep in thought, and I felt worse and worse for leaving him before the festival was officially over. I'm sorry I'm leaving so early.
What?
Huh? No, don't be. And he went back into the thoughtful silence. I wasn't sure what to do. It didn't seem like he was mad at me, so... maybe it was better not to interrupt him. We finally made it to the front of the dorm, and Satch smiled. I wanted to show you something after the festival, but I think it's better that we put it off for a bit. If I wait, then I could put a little bit more work into it, and then...
Copacetic.
Well, you'll see. I'm really pumped for it now. I'm gonna get to work on it. What? Thank you so much for attending the festival with me. No problem, anytime. I'd love to. Stupid. Oh, I didn't read that. What a stupid thing to say. I'm really glad it was you I got to spend time with. You're very... Blush, ... Aww. Well then, I should go. He raised his arms slightly and hesitated, dancing between one foot and another. Finally, he leaned down and hugged me. Aww. ...
Be good.
Well, I'll see you tomorrow.
See you later.
Yeah, definitely. Bye. Aww. I'm not sure who'd fled faster, him or me. When I got back to the dorm room, Mai wasn't around. I carefully set Oscar down and went about getting him set up and settled in. And I think with that, this might be a nice little cliffhanger to cut off until next time. Let's see what happens to Oscar. Do we actually set up his bowl correctly, or a temporary tank of some sort, or a cup? And really, this comes into a reality that Oscar's life is in danger, and you'll have to see until next time to see what happens to Oscar, because I think the entire story is dependent on how well we take care of Oscar. So yes, until next time, sensei-pong, signing out. Like and subscribe. And welcome back to another installment. Oh, the mic.